guys, Mary meets everybody. It's MicheleMarieDalene, and today we're going to talk about something that's a little bit out of my normal range, but not silly, not too out of it. As you may know, there's been almost 300 swarms or 300 earthquakes in the Yellowstone area in the last 7 days. Now, I wanted to remind you that, for those of you who do not understand what that means, I'm going to try to give it to you in a simple one-on-one thing. Yellowstone's lake is a giant caldera of a supervolcano. Now, this supervolcano erupted 640,000 years ago, and when it did, it created a lot of issues. Of course, humans weren't around at that time in the North American continent, to my knowledge. However, we obviously have benefited from the volcanic soil. Idaho likes to remind us that their potatoes are grown in volcanic soil. Well, where do they get the volcanic soil from? That soil is from the Yellowstone Yellowstone supervolcano that erupted 640,000 years ago. Now, as we may or may not be aware, the supervolcano is huge. The caldera is as big, the real caldera is as big as the country of Mexico. This is huge. Okay, it's enormous. It goes underneath a good portion of the United States, and when that thing goes off, it's going to take at least 20 to 30 states with it. The ash cloud will, of course, come into Connecticut. It will be about 1 to 3 millimeters thick, depending on how the wind blows. Now, I want to talk about the ash because the ash is a serious issue as well. It's hygroscopic. And what that means is it's going to absorb moisture like you won't believe. It's made out of pumice and other rock. It's sharp. Once it gets into your lungs, it's very fine particulate dust. It settles in there and turns into an organic concrete. And when it does that, it's going to cause, not only is it going to cut open your alveolar sacs in your lungs, it's going to basically clog up the lungs with dust, which means asphyxiation means death. For those right in the 100 kilometer area around Yellowstone, I think they said 100 miles. Why do they keep coming up with these stupid different numbers? One says one, one says the other. Okay, here's the main gist. Montana, poof, gone. Montana is maybe northern Montana may be spared, but not by much. Idaho, poof, gone. Utah, gone. All those states will be no longer inhabitable during this eruption. So not only you got that, but you also got the secondary and primary and secondary ash situations and then tertiary ash situations. The secondary will be moved along by pyroclastic flows that is going to, of course, is superheated gases that if it's in contact with human beings will burn you to a crisp. Never mind, just burn you. You will not even be able to breathe anyway because of the toxic gases and that are being pushed along at super ridiculously high speeds. I bring this up because we have been, when Delano Roosevelt declared Yellowstone National Park a national monument, he did not really give it much thought about what he was making a national monument. In some ways, it's almost kind of a living testament to the way our own country is collapsing. The Democrats are trying to destroy the country from within. And I want to tie this into political because it's kind of interesting. We keep hearing about the supervolcano, and yet nobody really understands where the irony here is. FDR was a Democrat. For the most part, he wanted to preserve the natural beauty of Yellowstone, but he did not know that there was a super-volcano underneath the lake. The big problem is Democrats, especially now, have become really communist/socialist, and they are in the process of destroying this country. The best weapon of mass destruction is sitting right in the middle of the country, and if they decide to pop its cork, the Democrats are going to get everything they wanted. The country, the United States will end up going under national martial law. The United States, they'll get rid of all the Republicans that they don't like. And unfortunately, one of the Democrat friends, too. The United Nations come in here and take control of what's left of the country. The United States government will be in tattered pieces, and there will be no resources to rescue anybody, because it will be a global event, an Earth-level extinction event, an ELE. That would be, when Sumatra popped its cork, that caused a lot of damage. But this thing pops its cork, and the Sumatra is smaller than this. You can kiss your modern civilization goodbye, honey, because there won't be nothing left to put it back together. And you aren't going to be able to flee to another country because of two reasons. Number one, it's a global thing. If that thing pops off, they say it's not going to be just that one popping off. The whole vent system of the Ring of Fire, they're all interconnected. Could all blow together. Okay? We're already starting to see rumbling of several other super-volcanoes. We've already seen several major ones, like even the sun of Krakatoa isn't exactly quiet right now. So all these volcanoes are connected together, and they're all kind of getting ready to pile big, loud volcanic fart, if you will, and it's going to be a very significant issue for life and limb. So what can we do? One of the things that Stephen Hawking reminding people is we need to go to space. Humanity has to spread its genetic material outside of the Earth. He's right there. But I don't think some of his reasoning is quite right. But the point is even Donald Trump knows that. We need to have colonies on our planets. Because if the main Earth civilization goes down the shitter, at least you have another civilization to help carry on and preserve the history, the legacies of Earth. There's a few remaining Earthers, Terrans that'll be here. We're going to be struggling pretty hard to pick up the pieces. Well, anyway, I guess that's it for now, but I thank you for watching this. Keep your eyes open with what's going on with Yellowstone, because it's a very serious issue. There's been over 300 earthquakes in the Yellowstone area in the last 7 days. That's pretty big, especially since the biggest ones were like in the 4.7s. Yeah, you guys definitely should keep an eye on things. Alright, see you guys later. Bye-bye.